Good evening, all, and welcome to Dan United. I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening. Lots to talk about tonight. United, we stand, is what these two managers should be saying. But first, I hope everyone's doing well. That's mad. That's mad. That's everything going wrong tonight. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I hope you're staying safe, which it looks like there's a massive snowstorm across the country. I hope everyone's had a fantastic day. But look, the plot thickens. Manchester United are in the midst of currently speaking to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and, of course, Carrick. You'll have to excuse my throat today. I've got a bit of man flu coming. And my question with this is, we'll talk about last night, don't worry. But my question is, why are we interviewing both of them? We all know that one is not good without the other. Everyone spoke about how successful it was because last time Ole had Carrick and he had McKenna. We should not be doing this. We shouldn't be doing the split. I think just bring them both in. The worry I had was that Carrick may want to go to West Ham. Who wants to go to West Ham at the moment? They're worse than us. You're onto a hiding for nothing if you go to that club. So, with that in mind, I'm here tonight saying to you guys, I want this done like yesterday. I know that Darren Fletcher has said that he is going to be in charge for the Brighton game, but what's wrong with bringing these people in now? We know that the coaching staff is decimated at the moment. We know a lot of them buggered off and left out Rich Boy when he was sacked. So I genuinely, if I was Manchester United, I wouldn't fumble this. I would get this done now. I would bring them in, let them get in with the group whilst Fletcher's managing for the game this weekend, and then they are ready for Manchester City, which is going to be a massive game, by the way. Now, the report's coming out today that it's Thomas Tuchel, apparently, that we are looking at in the summer. Apparently, it's the name on everyone's lips. Everybody wants him. There's talk, will he go on with England after the World Cup? He's still young enough to be a club manager, but I think that's too far ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I think it's too far ahead. We've still got a small matter of qualifying for European football this season. So I couldn't give a rat's ass about what they're thinking about doing at the end of the season. I'm more interested in the here and the now. The here and the now. Now, the report's coming out today that it looks like there is going to be another protest at Manchester United following what has happened this last couple of weeks. And this one is a big one, an absolutely humongous one. And I think this is going to have ramifications for whoever takes us over in the interim this January. Now, if it's Ollie, if it's Carrick, if it's both, if it's Fletcher, if it's Norman from number 57, it doesn't matter. The ramifications I think this is going to have is a positive one, because it's positive for the manager, it's positive for the players. Hear me out on this. I may sound like I'm absolutely delusional because I've dosed up with all the cold and flu tablets. But I think Manchester United, knowing what they are about, knowing what the ownership are about, knowing the fact that they don't want any bad vibes coming to the club at the moment, I think you will see Spin City with this. I think you will see Manchester United in the next couple of weeks go out there and maybe look at doing a deal. Maybe looking at doing a signing, because what is the one thing that keeps Manchester United fans happy? It's bringing in another player, bringing in this player. Okay, I think there is still legs on this Baleba deal. I still think that's something that Manchester United will look at. They will look at a player for the formation. The formation is not going to be this 3-4-3 nonsense anymore. So midfielders they bring in, players they bring in, it's going to be players that I think any manager would want to work with if they were to come in. The one good thing, and I praise the Lord for this, I genuinely am so happy that it feels like Manchester United have now gone away from the Conor Gallagher nonsense. I haven't heard a single thing about that since it happened. That literally has gone away like the rain went away before it's turned into snow. So there is a lot of positivity I think Manchester United need to look at the moment. I know there are other aggregates at the moment that are telling you all that everything is doom and gloom, but we can benefit from this whole situation. We absolutely can benefit from this whole situation. I might be in too much of a good mood tonight. I might be crazy for thinking this, but I just think Manchester United doing what they do best can absolutely spin this and bring something to us. Now, I've seen a lot of negativity on the chat last night, and I want to actually come to Ben about this. I hope Ben's in the chat. I think he is, and I'll come through your comments in a second. But there's something I wanted to discuss about last night. I watched the game back last night. I watched it because you guys hammered me and you said, we're watching the same game. It was this, it was that, it was this, it was that. Let me say something right now. Kobe Mainoo, when he come on last night, was not shit. Kobe Mainoo, I watched it back. Kobe Mainoo was brilliant. I really enjoyed watching that young lad play last night. I thought he looked absolutely brilliant. I thought he was really, really up for the fight. I actually think if we're moving forward with this formation, you're going to need players that know how to play the formation. Funny how that goes, isn't it? We've just spent 14 months trying to be fit into something that would never, ever work. Kobe Mainoo last night come on, and I thought he did an extraordinary job. An absolutely extraordinary job. Don't know what's happening. YouTube's being weird tonight, by the way. So if I keep dropping in and out, let me know if I'm all right. Let me know if I'm all right. Wahaha. I think he was really good. Watch the game back, brother. Watch the game back. Let me go through some of the comments. Carl, good evening, mate. Hope everyone is well. I'm very well, but I might lose my voice halfway through this. Ben, good to see you, mate. Chappie, I hope you're well. Good evening, Wahaha. Good evening, Anthony. Evening, Jamie. He says, and everyone in the chat, hope you are well. And on your way in, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Yes, make sure you do so. Evening, Steve-O. I disagree. Do as many interviews as you want. No shortcuts. Agree. Okay. Some of our fans would never be happy. No, Manchester United. Look, Manchester United at the moment, it is so divided. I am still seeing the toxicity on the internet of people thinking that Ruben Amorim should still be our manager. You've got a certain big Manchester United fan channel that are piping up and saying everything about it. I'm going to be honest with you. This whole Ruben Amorim bollocks, I want to move on from it. I genuinely want to move on from it. The title tonight is Ole and Carrick, Why Manchester United's Future Depends on Both, Not One or the Other. That is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the future now, not the past. Okay? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will have the absolute adoration of players there. There's reports coming out that some senior players are already asking for him to come back. Michael Carrick is young enough to still come in, do this interim job, rise his stock because he could be part of something that could go okay, that he could then get himself another job. I don't know why we're wasting time. I don't know why we're wasting time with this interview and both of them. I know Ole was at a funeral, I believe, today. I want this done. I want this done. How are we feeling about the thought of having both of them? How are we feeling about the thought of having both Ole and Carrick? They're both going to play the same style of football. Now, don't forget, these two were together the whole time that Ole come the first time. I saw Mickey Phelan in the crowd last night. I literally, when I saw Darren Fletcher wave at Mickey Phelan, I was like, yep, we're getting the band back together, aren't we? We're absolutely getting the band back together. I think there's so much we can do. I think we can. Look at the positives from last night. And I'm not talking about the goals. Sesko was incredible. I think Sesko's finishes was brilliant. But the thing for me was Shea Lacey. And the thing for me is we have still got youngsters at this club that will benefit from the interim managers coming in and doing something for their confidence. We saw last night, and you heard it from the horse's mouth, straight from the horse's mouth. Fletcher said to him, go out there and show what you can do, what I know you can do. And when I watched him last night, when I watched Shea Lacey come on, wanting the ball, having the confidence to cut inside and absolutely fizz that shot. If that's 2 millimeters underneath, we're talking today. We're going all Federica Makeda. We are. We're going Federica Makeda. That kid has got such a bright future. And let me just remind you of something. I'm not talking about the past here, but I will say this season, how many opportunities would that lad have had? How many opportunities would he have had? Because he's not a 10. He's absolutely not a 10. He is a winger. And by definition, he is a winger that likes to cut in and do special things. We've still got so many youngsters on that bench as well. We've got the Fletcher twins. Obviously, we know about them. We've got Kone that still hasn't managed to get into there. Kone's got a big future, people are saying. Some people saying he's going out on loan. You've got Chida Obi, the forgotten man. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Chida Obi would absolutely benefit from having this duo in charge of the club. Because at the moment, he can't get anywhere near the squad. There is the reports as well today I did watch it back then. Absolutely did watch the game back. I did. I don't know how you all think. Look. I'm going to ask you all. I'm going to ask you all out right now. I'm going to ask Ben this. I'm going to ask Wahaha this. Are there some of you that don't want Kobe in this team? Are there some of you that don't want Kobe in this team? I've got to ask the question because I genuinely thought he was fine last night. I thought he was fine. Especially when we look at how bad. Let me just put my electric chair on because I'm struggling tonight. Oh yeah, can you hear that? Let me put the mic there. Hang on, that doesn't look good, does it? Can you hear that? Oh, that was beautiful. Wahaha, I will delete that comment. I promise you now, Sunshine, I will delete that comment for you because let me tell you something. Joshua Zirkzee. He has no pace. His sprinting is me crawling out of bed to do a fart so Mrs. Robinson doesn't have to go through what Kev had to go through last night. That comment is I actually think that's the worst comment I've seen on this channel ever. I think this comment, quite possibly, is the worst comment I have seen on this channel. And this has been going since June. At this point, Wahaha, I wonder if you are trolling because that is that's an abomination, that is. Evening, Kev. I could have done what you doing this tonight, Kev. My throat's gone. Every player on the books gets a fresh chance, dare I say, even trashy if Barca don't stop up the Reddies. Nah, he's not going. He's not coming back. But he has improved a lot. Kev, you're part-timer. Kev's just as rough as me, I think. He just looks short of minutes to me, which is expected. He ain't played for a while. What's Zirkzee's excuse? I'll tell you what Zirkzee's excuse is. He just can't be fucking bothered. There are reports coming out about our Lord and Saviour Zirkzee. Joshua. Oh, Joshua. Our Lord and Saviour. As Wahaha will tell you, the best player on the fucking planet. There is reports that he still wants out. He wants to go to Roma. And I tell you something now. I am absolutely down for that. I am of the opinion that we need to keep this squad as compact as possible at the moment because we do not have the squad depth to be able to do what we want to do. We just don't. We're seeing that at the moment. As much as the results have been bad, we are missing some of our better players. But I'll tell you something now. I would rather play Wahaha in the team than have Zirkzee anywhere near that first 11 ever again. The only argument people have is, oh, did you see his little flick? Did you see his little flick and he passed the ball out? Oh, it's amazing. He's fucking useless. Useless. Absolutely fucking useless. Kobe was lumbering about and passing wasn't good at all. Let me check something. Sorry, guys. If you can hear that, I promise you, I'm not trying to be minging. I've got so much crap in my throat and up my nose that I'm dying tonight. Let's have a look. I'm trying to find something for you. Right, let's have a look. Where I'm hoping this will help us. I'm hoping this will prove it. They don't do it. Guys, is there anybody know where anybody can get the stats? I can't get player stats it's unless you have to pay for it. I ain't paying that. Loved watching Lacey, Dan. Just making you aware, a lot of fans out there are suggesting we don't rush him too much. Could give him a big ego in the future. That's kids today. Zirkzee is just a crap player. Simple as that, lol. Hey, Dan, told you you'd feel like shite after sitting next to Kev for a couple of hours. Don't take it personally, Kev. Kev's not. I think I've caught this from work. I would bring in Roy Keane to instill discipline and winning mentality. Can you imagine Roy Keane with Joshua Zirkzee? By the way, can you imagine Roy Keane with Joshua Zirkzee? Oh, and I think it was poisoning from my own. Zirk was shit, but Kobe wasn't good. Yeah, I'll die on this hill. If you tell me he had 90% accuracy, it means nothing. I think you got an agenda against him. I'm joking. I'm doing that on purpose. Wahaha. I'm trying to sound like our friend on the United stand there. Don't blame me. Well, look, Tomato, 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 tomato. Here is something that there is a stat that I saw today that will surprise everybody, and that is that apparently that is the most shots that we have had in a game, I believe, since 2019. It was better last night. It was better. It absolutely was. Defensive errors, which has been kind of our thing for this season, did cost us. I think we all know that Dalot and Casemiro for the first goal, that absolutely butchered us. And then the butcher and Luke Shaw on the other side for the second goal did us. But guys, throughout that game, the attacking intensity is something that we haven't been used to at this club for a long, long time. And you know something? Yeah, it was a mess sometimes. And there was caution to the wind sometimes. But I genuinely feel like we saw something that we could actually build on last night. I think there's something we can build on. We witnessed a loss against Everton with 11 men against 10. We witnessed a draw against fucking Wolves. After that draw against Wolves, I sat there. I went, we're ruined. We're absolutely ruined here. After the Leeds game, we all know the reason we drew to Leeds. It was because we didn't have the players on the bench, apparently, because a certain someone left Lacey on the bench. A certain someone left Mantanto on the bench. There was the players were dead on their feet. And actually, when don't worry, Jamie, I can see that comment, and I have got something to say about this in a second. They were dead on their feet, and you know something? Part of me this morning, after I rewatched it last night, and I watched Casemiro closely last night, that bloke was knackered. Let's make no mistake about it. That bloke is absolutely shattered. Casemiro shouldn't have been playing as many games as he has had to in the previous weeks. He shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. But Dan, we witnessed a draw against fucking Villa. I think I know what you're referring to now. I know what you're referring to. Now, I do want to talk about this comment. That pundit you are talking about is none other than Tim fucking Sherwood. Tim fucking Sherwood, who got to an FA Cup final with Villa and thinks he now knows everything about football. That guy was an absolute ass clown yesterday. The fact that at halftime he goes in on Sesko. Sesko then scores 2 goals and he goes, no, I'm doubling down. That's not what a Manchester United... Yeah, listen, Tim Sherwood, I got 2 things for you, mate. One's here, one's here. Why do we still have to listen? Why do we still have to listen to these has-beens? Like, talk shite. You listen to Gabby Agbonlahor going on about how he's this, he's that. Gabby Agbonlahor was a speed merchant. That was it. He was nothing more, nothing less. He was a fucking atrocious footballer. He just had pace. Tim Sherwood, I think he won a Premier League, didn't he? Absolutely fine. But I cannot abide the fact that we still have to listen to these ex-pros go on like they know everything about the game. Everything. Last time I checked, Tim Sherwood, didn't he get sacked from Swindon as the director of football or some nonsense like that? And they all do the circuits as well. This is what fucks me off about these ex-pros at the moment. They all do the circuits, yeah? They're on all of the podcasts at the moment. You know, I mean, I don't know if they're short of a few quid, but when you're telling me that for an analysis of a game of football, we have to listen to Jamie fucking Redknapp and Tim Sherwood, well, I'm here to tell you right now that we should just cancel our subscriptions. It's absolutely nonsensical. Sesko last night showed exactly what happened, playing in a different formation with people playing to his strengths. He missed a couple of opportunities, yeah. He had one header that was an absolutely brilliant save by Dubravka. I thought that was in. I was already getting ready to celebrate. Both of his finishes. First one from Bruno, nice and tidy. Second one, boom, opens his body out straight in the corner. These pundits, man, in fact, you know something? Scratch everything I've just said. Do you know something? I want to hear more of it from them. Because these pundits... I mean, Tim Sherwood wasn't even a fucking striker. Tim Sherwood wasn't even a striker, man. Jamie Redknapp played once every, 26 games because the guy was always injured. But keep spouting it. Because if that's Sesko, One game without Amorim, I'm so intrigued to see what he does for the rest of the season. I wouldn't put it past him now if he went on a bit of a run with the goals. Sam at United People's TV, he called it brilliantly. Called it brilliantly about him. Called it brilliantly. Give him so much praise. I even saw Goldbridge turn around and say, "You're all going to have to apologise right now. You're all going to have to apologise." Yeah, you were the one calling him a fucking learner driver, mate. So you can shut the fuck up. Yeah, that's what that was alluding to. Sesko is an old-style centre-forward. He showed that last night. Get the ball into the 18-yard box with quality and he will score goals. Do you know something? Normally I'd say Poopy. But for that, I say Lynx Africa. Lynx Africa is prime, okay? It is peak Lynx. And that comment is a peak comment. We need to be playing to these players' fucking strengths. And I'll ask you a question because a lot of... In fact, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this in... We haven't had a poll yet. I'm going to put this in the poll. Let me put it in the poll. I've got a really interesting question to ask you about Sesko, and it involves Højlund. Nice little yes or no. Does Rasmus score those goals last night? If he was playing. Does Rasmus score those goals if he plays last night? Because everyone all of a sudden is saying that Sesko's a worse player than Rasmus. I'm telling you right now, Rasmus doesn't score those goals. Rasmus does not. And I hope this starts to clear up that whole fucking narrative that people have about let's bring Rasmus back and get rid of Sesko. United, good to see you, mate. He says, I'm so sorry. Hang on, let me mute the mic. I'm going to die. Apologies. He says it's a shame for United to play this type of football. Christ, my voice is going. We fell in love with United because they played a beautiful game. Now they're playing like under 13s. There were shades last night. I'm telling you right now, United, there were shades last night, not of the Fergie era, but there were shades that we can improve. Defence was shocking last night, but we're still missing De Ligt. We're still missing Mazraoui. There are still other things. There are still other things at play here. I sound like I'm really angry at you, United. I'm not. I've just got a bad throat, I promise. I sound like Cal the Dragon. Just slicked it back. Sesko is showing great quality every game. He just has not been fed as a striker. Very often he showed what he can do if you put the ball into him. I go one further than that, Anthony. I go one further than that. He's also shown what happens when you play Bruno in a more advanced position. Bruno is a striker's dream. You put Bruno Fernandes in any Premier League side with the top strikers, with Haaland would love Bruno behind him. He would. Haaland would absolutely love him. Gyökeres, can we call him a top striker? But he'd love Bruno in behind him. There is this idea that the rival fans, they hate Bruno because, yes, he is divisive. Not decisive. He is decisive as well, but he's divisive. But Bruno Fernandes is a creator. All the top players in the world would want Bruno behind him, hands down. And I think Sesko can absolutely benefit. And let's not forget, that was not a fully fit Bruno Fernandes last night. That was I call it a 60% because he played 60 minutes. I know there's 90 minutes in a game, but I'm thinking extra time. Don't worry. I've not done an Aluko there. That was a 60% fitness for me. 60% fitness. Wait till he's match fit. Brilliant finishes. Happy for my boy, says Wahaha. Ben says Jamie Redknapp's more famous for his Thomas Cook adverts than his football. Yeah, what was it with those? What were they called? What were they called, the Liverpool boys? What were they called? Chat, help me out here. What were they called? What were the Liverpool boys called? We had the class of 92. What were they? Because you had him, you had Jason McAteer as well, didn't you? This formation will bring the best out of Sesko and Cunha, and Mainoo was good last night and needs to start. Kane, I thought Mainoo was really good last night. Rob, good to see you, mate. He says, hi, Dan. Who do you want as caretaker and who do you want as long-term manager? Simple. I'm not laughing at your question. I can see the comments coming in at the bottom. As the caretaker, I tell you what, like the title says in the video, I want Ole and Carrick. I think the future depends on both of them. They've both worked together before. They've got the respect of the players that are there. We know that it's not going to be a full-time gig. So absolutely bring them in now. Bring them in now and sort it out. Let them do their bits. Full-time, I'm standing by who I want. I want Iriola. I love Iriola. I think he's absolutely quality. Absolutely quality. And isn't his contract up at the end of the season? Hang on a second. I'm pretty sure his contract's up at the end of the season. Marco Silva. Let's have a look. Yeah. Is that right? Chat, is that right? I'm pretty sure Iriola's contract is up at the end of the season. I mean, that's a free hit. Unless Slot goes from Liverpool, because I think he'd go to I'm telling you, Iriola, get him on a look at the managers that you can get in on a free without having to pay the money. You've got Glasner, Iriola, and you've also got Marco Silva. Can't stand Martin Keown's. Oh God, sorry, Martin Keown's opinions either. Yeah, I can't stand Martin Keown. I will never forgive Martin Keown for what he did to Ruud van Nistelrooy in that game. I'll never forget. It's one of the only, and you've all seen me lose my head in live streams. You've all seen it. I do it a lot. But even replays of that gets me angry at the moment. I can accept draws against Wolves, Leeds or Burnley, but I can't accept the standard. You are professional players. You need to give emotion for the shirt you wear. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. Some people are saying it's been a stressful week for them. No, absolutely not. They should be going out there and doing the work. And I love this comment. Well, haha, you've redeemed yourself. Oiland, yeah, I love that. Rasmus playing, nope, he'd be fighting the defender on the floor. If the ball bounced off him and went in, maybe he had the first touch of a goldfish, says Anthony. Rasmus wasn't making runs, facts. Wasn't winning aerial duels, facts. Awful touch, facts. And I will keep healthy. Thank you, United. I'll do my best. I saw some fans question why he took Bruno off. When we did, I really do wonder how many of them are true United fans. I saw that too. Look, this is the hilarious thing. There was 2 minutes in the first half, so you can give me that. I'm 3 minutes off, Ben. You can give me that. I'm not very well, mate. You can give me that. I saw that too. Look, United absolutely needed Bruno on the pitch last night. Of course we did. But to play that lad on and on and on, after coming back from the injury he would have been pulled up and he'd have been out for the next 5 or 6 games. So it was absolutely the right decision to make. I tell you what, I've got to let you into a secret, guys. At the moment, I'm on my work chat. Right? It's snowing like mad out here. So what I did is I doctored. Let me turn that onto silent. You don't want to hear that. I doctored the Ring doorbell to show that it wasn't snowing, but 2 of them live around the corner from me. So I sent this picture on the work chat. I'll show you. I won't show you the work chat, but I'll show you the picture I sent. Where are we? Where is it? Right. So I sent this. I sent that saying, where's the snow? Where's the snow? Now, bearing in mind, there's about 4 inches out there. I then doubled down. I screen recorded from the Ring doorbell and just put it as raining. When I say the chat is going off, everyone sending pictures of their houses saying, how's this? This isn't possible. It's snowing like mad here. I think it's absolutely, it's the little things. Someone just messaged me now saying, you got any yet? I fucking love that. No, we don't want to lose Bruno for longer is what I'm saying. Now, everyone knows when Bruno needs to play those instinctive no-look ridiculous pass. Yeah, I agree. You're giving me that. I don't care what you say. Scousers, wankers. Bunch of fucking hell, Ben. I don't think I can read that. The Spice Boys. That's who it was. It's the Spice Boys. Definitely didn't call them Prem winners. I love that, Anthony. Fucking hell. Glasner, yes. Fucking hell. It is. Warbso, correct. Iriola, touch. Tuchel, Poch, Glasner, all available. Look, I'm getting sidetracked with what I was telling you about work. Manchester United this summer, absolutely have the pick of a bunch here, and they have a pick of a bunch of a group of managers that there's going to be a lot of interest in. Now, again, this is where it falls better for United, because we've fallen quite lucky with the players that we've brought in this transfer window. Cunha, Mbeumo, Sesko, Lemmy, Diego Leon. They are 5 players that can still fit a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2. They can. This means with a new manager, what comes with a new manager? Mucho dinero. Mucho dinero. They will spend in the summer because they'll be bringing a new manager in. I tell you something now, no manager coming to Manchester United is going to turn around and say, yeah, I'll come. I don't need to have any transfer funds. That squad you've got there, that'll do for me. That's world class. It's all going to be in the plan there. Iceland had 2 managers in 2016. Euros was their first tournament ever. They made the quarterfinals. How can I forget? They knocked England out the fucking thing. Iriola, what's he won? The nation's hearts. Wahaha. The nation's hearts. Come on. It's Tuchel for me. Has the pedigree. Might end in a bang but the football would be lovely. Champions League winner, of course, we know. I'm sure the free option would be favourable to the board, says Rob Taff. I agree, but do you know something? Let me ask you this, though, Rob. Let me ask you this, and chat. I'll ask you guys this. By the way, the vote, I'm ending it. 71% of you said no, Rasmus wouldn't score that. Who is out there that you would want to go and pay money to sign for Manchester United as a manager? Who is out there that you would genuinely go, let's go and pay for them to be released from their contract? I can't think of many out there that would come to United for starters that we should be out there banging the doors to. I genuinely don't. I can't see who it is. Like, there's no one out there that really excites me that much that I go, yeah, we'll get them out their contracts. No one that is really, really going to come to us. Good evening, Simon. Good to see you, mate. I hope you well. He says, first time on the stream. Well, let's make sure it's not the last time. Hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't already, people, hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. The channel is growing. It seems to be growing every night. That's because of you, beautiful people. Be thinkers, not stinkers. Come on. Welcome to the madness. It has turned into madness. Bruno and Mike, we're on minutes restriction. The sub was pre-planned. Agree. We cannot be forcing Bruno. Did stuff. People actually think that one man can change the whole game alone. What do they think? We need to play like a team. We absolutely do. And it's raining in Lincolnshire, says Simon. It's absolutely hammering it down with snow here, dude. Absolutely hammering. All right, Bo. You'll come say hello. Come and say hello, then. Oh God, she's going mad. Say hello. No, okay. Shy. Yes, Moxie's in the house. Moxie, I want to get your opinion if you're still in the house. I'm trying to get through the comments. 2 things. Are you happy to take Ole and Carrick? And secondly, who would you take as manager if you had to pay a fee? Well, on spy, fucking hell. You guys are going mad about them. Simon says, I don't want Southgate as a manager. He wants Sudall as a player and manager. No waistcoat or gilet. I love gilets, by the way. I'm a gilet man. It won't be a manager. It's a head coach. Cameron. Can't say I think the market is poor. Told you. Enrique's potentially out on a free as well, by the way. Zidane's waiting for France. Zidane's waiting for France. Enrique's contracted until 27. That's the only one I break the bank for. Tuchel won't come for a project. He wants to win straight away, says Rob Taff. Yeah, but then this is the flip side of it. I wouldn't. By the way, I'm not opposed to Tuchel. I'm not opposed. Not opposed. I think he would be someone, though. This is why I don't think it would happen. He would absolutely call the board out. He would call the board out. I don't want Xavi either, Sir Alex. I'd love Sir Alex. We are the most in need with a genuine DM, a right back, another striker, and a top centre back. I disagree, Moxie. I think we need a left back, mate. I think we need a left back in the summer. Luke Shaw's coming to the end here. Luke Shaw is coming to the end here. So Luke Shaw hasn't got long left. I want us to go out there and I either want us to go out there and get a left back, or I want to see Diego Leon get some minutes, or even Harry Amash, who has had a very good loan out of Sheffield Wednesday, has earned lots of plaudits for the way he plays. I want us to have another. Dorgu is not that guy for us. I think Dorgu is actually far more effective further up the pitch, and that's a stretch. In fact, I don't think he'd be great, to be fair. Ollie for manager, good lad. That's what I want to see. Yeah. I'm torn on him. I'm torn. I'm absolutely torn. Let me put that in the chat. Let me put that in the let me put that into the poll. I'm going to put a couple of managers' names in here because I think, yeah, I think we need to go a bit further in here. I think we need to go a bit further here. Let's have a look. Let's put him in. I'm going to give you some options. Let me give you some options. Who would you take? Here we go. We'll go Iriola. Who else will we go? We'll go Iriola. We'll go Tuchel. And we will go Glasner. I'm putting 4 options there. Who are you taking, chat? Vote on this one. Who are you taking? There's 4 good managers there. I'm intrigued just to see where you go with that. If I could have anyone, it'd be Emery. Emery's the dream, by the way. Emery is the dream, okay? Like I genuinely dream of the day when I go downstairs to Mrs. Robinson and I say, I'm going for a pint tonight. And she says, yes. It's never going to happen. It's the same with Emery. It's never going to happen. Seen earlier current squad is made of these managers' signings. 1 Van Gaal, 1 Mourinho, 6 Ole, 12 Ten Hag, 7 Ruben, rest are academy players. 12 Eric Ten Hag. Did Ten Hag make that many signings? 7 Ruben. Did Ruben make that many signings? Or are we counting Heaven and Chidobe into that? We do need a new right back, but we've also got Mazraoui. I don't think we need one. Just give Amos and Leon a chance. I love that. Mick McCarthy. Come on, wahaha. Simon says, why not give Ollie 4 games as we did with Rude and see how he fares up, then let the board of idiots decide who can run the club? The problem with that is we need people that are going to come in and take it till the end of the season. In that time between now and the end of the season, Manchester United need to be thinking about the manager they're bringing in. And they need to factor in that if this manager that's coming in is going to try and play a formation that we do not have the players for, then we have to say access denied. Access denied, because they have not got the money to go out there and change a whole formation. At the moment, they just don't have it. We don't have Champions League football at the moment. The income from European football is dead. It's gone. Nada. So we need to be smart with who we bring in. Agate can absolutely go. I thought Agate was okay last night, but it is Burnley. Yeah, brilliant presses. God. Crody Meister says, feel sorry for Xavi. The club just aren't even willing to listen to him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on it. I'm not sure. Xavi's one for me that has never really. He's never really been one that I really rate. He's the Stuttgart manager. Sorry, by the way. Wahaha. Ben says don't want any of them. Enrique is the dream. If they go for Ollie, he will play the board to get him. He will play. I'll start again. If they go for Ollie, he will play who the board get for him. Perfect as a caretaker, but not permanent. We need a real proven manager. And we had 3 Fletchers in one team last night after the FA Cup match against our bogey side. Win, lose, we should have Norman Stanley Fletcher as manager. Any of them will be back here and again in 2 years' time, says Ben. Pessimistic. If it won't be Ollie and Carrick, I'd rather take the baby-faced assassin for now. He could put himself in a prime position if we go ahead and make top 5. As for the summer, I'm not 100% sure. It's mad, by the way. It's mad. Also, everyone's saying about Villa, by the way. I'm pretty sure I read some. Let me check the form guide for Villa. Maybe later. A few moments later. Let me look at this a second. I don't want to bring the table up, guys, because I don't want to upset you. We were on the cusp of 4th again last night, and we fucking bottled it. So Villa at the moment, I mean, you look at what Emery's done with that squad. They're 6 points off the top. By the way, that's a good... Beta, we... I forgot that Arsenal and Liverpool are on at the moment. 0-0. Okay, that's fine. Emery is a manager that hasn't dealt with massive amounts of money. And at the moment, Manchester United aren't the benefactors of massive amounts of money. Do we need a manager who can come in and actually coach players? Because I think Emery is that person. I think too much nowadays is put on the fact it's the resale. We'll bring them in, we'll get them in the team, and off they go. Emery, for me, is absolutely a manager that could coach the hell out of a player. But unfortunately, he is absolutely loved and adored at Villa, and he adores them too. So I go back to what I said before, guys. Who the fuck are we bringing in? If we had owners who actually cared about success, then we would be asking how much PSG. Enrique apparently doesn't want to resign there, but we've seen this story before, guys, where managers say, "Oh, I'm not signing," and then they end up signing. I wouldn't believe that unless he actually left there. Can you see how United fall down from the last few years? Just bring in managers, and we know they're not a problem. They will. They're still fighting against the worst nightmare ever. Well. Is this on the Glazers this season? I think Ineos have been the biggest fuck up here. I'm not backing the Glazers. I want to point that out. One league in 3 years. Yeah, Xavi for me is not great. Rubens is 7. Right, so Le Mans, Dorgu, Leon, Heaven, Mbuemo, Cunha, and Sesko 8 if you include Obi. I don't think we include Heaven and Obi in that. I think they were more youth, weren't they? Ex-United player Laurent Blanc. No, I don't want Laurent Blanc. His football's boring. If you wait till after the World Cup, you can get Nagelsmann. Ancelotti's 107. We don't want Nagelsmann. Tuchel and Poch. Poch, absolutely not. And definitely not Eddie Howe. Definitely not Eddie Howe. And Poch. I don't want Poch. Poch is decent, as he says, but he's not right for Manchester United. Klopp, imagine Klopp. Just don't, yeah. Well, this is the other thing as well. Look, Manchester United, when we talk about managers, that are available, I liken the manager market to the midfield market for Manchester United at the moment. We are in a predicament with both of these. Okay, we're in a predicament with the midfield market for one reason: Elliot Anderson, quality. Adam Wharton, quality. Belabor, yeah, that's 3 players there that are wanted, okay? And when it comes to the summer, if nothing's done in the January transfer window, there is going to be a bidding war for those midfielders. And the reason it's like that for the managers is because in the summer, if Slot doesn't do anything with Liverpool this season, Liverpool will look for a manager. There are countless conversations that Pep might leave City this season. Everyone says Maresca, but there is still a manager vacancy there at a club that is in a far better state than Manchester United. So Manchester United, whereas I want to focus on the season, we absolutely have to make sure that come the end of this season, we know just who we are going for. We know what we actually want. We know what sort of style of football that we're going to be looking at. We know what this manager's targets are going to be. Head coach, whichever way you look at it. People saying Klopp, I mean, Jesus Christ. Klopp joining Manchester United, Jesus Christ. I can't think of a bigger plot. By the way, don't clip me up. It's never happening. Never happening. But Klopp to United, what a twist that would be. That would be bigger. That would be bigger than who shot Phil Mitchell. Legit. Certain players we can't forget about. It won't happen in January, and that's Belabor. Semenyu's gone to City. I mean, Semenyu's gone. Unfortunately, I have a feeling it's going to be Southgate. I don't think it's Southgate. I genuinely don't think it's Southgate. Don't panic. I don't think it's Southgate. We ain't getting Anderson down, not without a magic lamp and a good rub. I beg your pardon. A good rub. How are we getting on with this manager chat? 42% of you have gone with Tuchel. We'll stick it there. You actually wanted, man. Yeah, we're not getting Klopp. We're not getting Klopp. Fucking hell. If Klopp went to Liverpool, you think Trent had it bad? If Klopp went to United, you think Trent had it bad? Fucking hell. It would cause civil war. Brian could be coming back tomorrow, hopefully. Yes. We've got, to be fair, thank you, Carl. You've just reminded me of what I wanted to talk about there. After tomorrow night, we either get Brian back or we get Mazraoui back. Brian or Mazraoui. Either way, we are going to get a position filled. And it works good for both positions because if it's Mazraoui, which I think it will be, Mazraoui will be back at right back. If it's Brian, which it could be, then we will see Dorgu away from that side and we will put Brian. And I honestly, listen now, because I've not got long left. My throat's about to go. I can feel it. Listen, we have not yet seen that midfield three of Cunha, Bruno, and Brian. Sesko, if he gets a bit of confidence, imagine how that looks. And we're not even thinking about fucking Ahmad now. By the way, Ahmad's having a fantastic AFCON. An absolute brilliant AFCON. But what else does that bring? That brings more players that can come on and do things. Hell, if Cunha if Cunha keeps doing what he's doing at the moment, which is flitting in and out of games, you could put Ahmad on the left. But either way, we are going to see the three in that midfield that we have been begging to see. So much things could happen with Manchester United. Chappie, I'm married. I'm married, mate. I would. I know what you're talking about. But when I first saw that, I thought, fucking hell. Kev's probably looking at that going, I say. Ahmad and Brian in the game last night, they're both looking quality. I don't care if we get Frank Spencer, Mr. Bean, or a manager from a branch of Poundland, as long as they can get this club back on his feet. I love that, Simon. Mazraoui can play right back, by the way, and he can do a fantastic job. He can do a much better job than what we have got with Dallo at the moment. Keep Agate on the bench 2 miles away from the ground. Agate could go in January, by the way. That's something that is still looking like it could happen. Right, guys, my voice has kept as long as possible. I'm sorry the stream isn't what it normally is tonight. I've got nothing. I've got nothing left. I'm going to try. I'm hoping I'll be okay tomorrow for the preview for the Brighton game at the FA Cup. Hopefully so, but I should have Kev with me tomorrow so he can take the talking on more than I am. But I do apologise. The throat is absolutely going. But listen, thank you very much for sticking with. I think we've got a lot off our chests tonight. One thing I want for certain, Manchester United, I need to hear that this interim manager bollocks is sorted, done, chosen, finished before we play Brighton. I want to see this management team already in place so they will have, then we have a full week of them before we play Manchester City. Ida says, if you want to return to prime time, you have a manager who gives you good vibes and who stays for 20 years. Ollie will never leave. I really like that comment, by the way. Make sure you smash a like on this comment. Make sure that comment is beautiful. That comment is mwah. If Bruno leaves at the end of the season, imagine Ahmad, right mid, Cunha, and Brian. Bruno ain't going at the end of the season now, by the way. Bruno will. If I think it'd take a lot for Bruno to go now. I genuinely do. He's not playing centre mid anymore. At least a feeling of hope is back. I love this comment. Smash a like for the fact that there is a feeling of hope coming back. I'm off downstairs now to get some more fluids down my throat. Not like that, and definitely not a fisherman's friend. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for sticking with. Make sure you subscribed if you haven't. Smash a like. I will see you. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Friday, quickly. Yes, I would take. Of course, I'd take him. I love him. I will see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock, people. Much love. Dan United, Cold Brigade, Uta.